Welcome, everybody. It's your girl, Darlaina Rose, coming live from Atlanta, GA, outside at a car wash, eat, and drink, the Auto Spa Bistro. I rented a car, and the car that I rented was not clean. So I had to stop my life for a moment to get the car cleaned and sanitized and all of that, which the car company is definitely going to pay for. So I cannot complain because they are going to pay for it. It's just taking time from my life. Thus, why we are streaming from outside tonight. So we have an amazing guest coming on. So I'm going to go to Instagram now to get ready to go live over there. Let's see here. Hold on, something's happening. There we go. All right, 85. Checking my connection. All right, we are now live. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose and 100 Women, 100 Days, 100 Interviews. I'm so excited to be here. I am coming live from Atlanta, Georgia, from the Auto Spa Bistro. I rented a car and it was quite dirty. And so I had to stop my life in order to get it all cleaned up so that it is clean enough to drive and be in. So I had to stop my life. So thus, streaming live from outdoors. So I hope that all is well in your world, well and swell. Everything is well in mine. So if it gets a little loud, that's because we're outside today. So my guest tonight, Miss Tamira Hudson, is amazing, doing so many things. I can't wait to talk to her and hear all her stories. They're gonna call me in a moment to let me know that the car is ready. So yeah. So hold on. Let me get my girl. I'm so excited. So if you see me looking, it's just because I'm looking to see when the car is gonna be ready. Oh, oh, there she go. There she go. There she go. There she go. It's my Shiro. Hey, boo, you look amazing. Ain't nothing going on but the rent. You know me. I'm outside. I'm in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta today. I got here last night. I rented a car, and the car was filthy when I got it. So they told me to bring it to a car wash, and the only one that I could find was something called the Auto Spa Bistro. So while you are waiting for your car, you can sit and do whatever. So since I'm cold outside, I'm out here, and if you're going to be at a bistro,
enjoy all of that.
you look.
I just got a little bit. I just got a rose gold strong with some water. I mean,
listen.
Enjoy the lemonade for me. Okay.
Yes, the lemonade with a twist.
Okay. Okay. I tell you. Sometimes you gotta twist it up, girl.
Gotta twist it up. I'm so happy that you said yes. I'm so happy that you are a part of Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose. 100 Women, 100 Days, 100 Interviews. I believe you are episode 35. So we've been doing this for 35 days straight. 35.
You killed that because that's a lot.
Listen. And I got about
somebody that does these things.
Yes,
that's a lot.
I got about 60 more to go. 60 more to go. Somebody said it's the lemonade for me.
With the lemonade for me.
With the twist. With a twist. Okay. She said you want some. She said it's going to
I
be,
love it.
they told me it's going to be like a 30-minute wait and then it takes all this time. So I said, you know what? I'll just sit down, here. And some told me bring my, I ain't going to say something, say God told me to bring my laptop with
Yeah.
me just in case. So
Mm-hmm.
here we are, just in case. Phone with a
Yeah.
hotspot. Everything that we need is here. So thank you so much for saying yes. You are the amazing Tamara Hudson with
Oh
so
my goodness.
much stuff going on. I absolutely love you. You remind me of me because there's no such thing as doing too much because we could do it
Yeah.
all. We can do it all, maybe one at a time, but we can do it all. So
Yeah.
I know
True.
that you have the online thrift store, which I absolutely love that. And so doing pop-up shop. Listen, I gotta cut. Listen, you got any size? You got any size sixes over there? Because I'm about to have
Listen,
this.
I got it for everybody. I got something
Ah,
for everybody.
I'm
Listen,
gonna have to
I
come.
wish you would have took your tail to Atlanta so fast. I could have got you at this pop-up shop and stuff, so you could have.
No, I'll be
Okay.
back. I'll be back in 2 days. I'll be back Friday.
Okay.
I'll be
Okay.
back on Friday,
Okay.
so we can
Well,
talk about.
my next pop-up is April 17th. So let me know if you'll be around.
I should be.
Let me know if you'll be around.
I
Okay.
should be. I should
Okay.
be. So I know
Cool.
you have that. You are also the creator of Shiro, the interview series. I know that you are the entrepreneur. So if I leave anything out, please let me know. I also know that you are a breast cancer survivor. So you are the evidence of fighting like a girl. You are the evidence that you can do anything. So
Yeah. Yeah.
please tell me if I left anything out because I don't have my life. I'm away from my life. So
No,
did
no,
I?
no, no, no. That's fine. You basically summed up what I'm doing now. I've been an entrepreneur
Yes.
for a long time now, over a
Yes.
decade. So I've had my whole thing. I've been a
Yes.
makeup artist. I've been, I sing.
Yes.
So I've been in the music industry. I've been in the makeup industry. I've been in the
Yes.
fashion industry.
Yes.
So I've had my hand in a lot of things since entering my early 20s and
Yes.
just kind of exploring different parts. So when I come to you, I'm not coming to you as one thing. I'm a world, okay?
Yes.
I have a favorite saying that says she wasn't just a woman, she was a world, okay? So she comes with everything.
Ooh,
So
that's
yes.
a word. She
So,
wasn't just a woman,
so
she
yeah,
was a
so
world.
what's going on with me now is basically Shiro series is several things, but it's really birthed from me being the founder of an organization I started last year in 2020 during the pandemic.
Yes.
Called Shiro Empowerment Enterprises, SEE. And that is for the celebration of women. It is to motivate, to educate, to transform, to influence and inspire women and celebrate women all over the place, okay? All over the world, all over the universe.
Oh my
and
goodness.
really big up women and bring us together for networking purposes and just for encouragement, all
Yes.
that good stuff. So before Shiro was named, before I became a breast cancer survivor, and so it just was ironic. I didn't know God would have taken me that way before it was birthed.
Yes.
But this has been in my spirit for I've always empowered women for
Yes.
years and years. But now finally this is here, and then at the same time, which actually happened first, was my online consignment shop. I've always been a thrifter. My grandmother taught me to thrift, my mama.
Yes.
And then eventually I just fell in love with the ability to have a one-of-a-kind piece that you can do your own thing to.
Yes.
And so now, I'm not quite a stylist. People kind of try to put it on, but I'm not. I just love to pick out one-of-a-kind pieces that I know I would like.
Yes.
And then other people like them. So then this became a vision of mine for a few years ago as well.
Yes.
And so they all were birthed last year in 2020, and I'm super, super excited about it.
Wow.
And everything is just taking off. So I've been doing the Shiro thing with shows and events and all these types of, so many other things could have happened, but because of the pandemic, we're a lot more virtual.
Yes.
But it's all good. You do what you got to do with what you got to do it with. Okay?
Yes, we do.
So that's kind of that's the basis of what I have my hand in right now, which is a lot.
Oh
and
my
I'm
goodness.
9 to 5.
Thank you so much.
Okay?
Oh my
so
gosh.
That's what's going on.
Well, I am absolutely loving everything that I see that you're doing. I'm gonna keep that, ma'am.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna keep that. She's taking my food. I need it. Yes, ma'am. I need a to-go box. Look, let me.
Giving us the real. Okay?
Listen, this is the real. Hold on,
I
let
love
me
it. I love it. I love it.
pay my check.
I know that's right. I
So,
know that's right.
hey, Bridget Yalta has not missed the episode since we started 35 days ago. Okay,
Yes,
amazing.
yes.
Been here. That's love. That's support. That's everything. So
Absolutely.
this whole series started because of Women's Month. I started thinking about the amazing women that I know, and I really just wanted to introduce the amazing women in my network to the amazing women in my network.
Yeah.
And so you absolutely has always been one since the day we met at Women in Media. Shout out to Danielle Jeter and Women in Media. Always making the connects, for us. So I'm so grateful for her. And so when I think about, Women's Month, and you're talking about all these things that, hold on, let the truck go by. Okay, all these things that you're doing. Tell me, when you think about women or women, is there a woman or women that inspire you personally?
I would have to say initially my mother.
Yes.
Because she's my first example of a woman on earth.
Yes.
Before knowing any celebrities or anybody, my mother is paramount. She's important.
Yes.
To everything that I have, that I am and have become, and am becoming. And so definitely a shout out to my mother for being amazing.
Yes.
And raising me the way that she did. She raised me to not be dependent. She raised me to be strong and independent. And, some people can't get with that, but at the end of the day, I had a mother and I had, women in my family that raised her that way as well.
Yes.
My grandmother, all these, the long line of women in my family that have been completely amazing, completely incredible, and made me who I am today. On top of that, I would say, Oprah. Oprah has definitely influenced. I used to watch Oprah 4 o'clock every day. My mom used to have Oprah on when I was younger. You know what I mean? And so now to have grown up in the shadow of a Black woman who's made so much noise and made so many waves industry and is so down to earth and such a beautiful individual. I know she's like big. I know it's so many more people, but for me, I've kind of deemed myself like the Oprah of my crew, and just kind of my little flow. But nobody can replace her at all. But to me, she's definitely a motivator, which is what I love to do. She's an encourager. She's sweet. She's a giver. She's a crier.
Yes.
She loves to help people. So for me, I identify with her not because she's one of the most important Black people, but because of who she is, period, at her core.
Absolutely.
So I would say my mother, I would say Oprah, and a million other women.
Yes.
Totally inspired me. So
my goodness.
I love the connection between women. You know what I mean? I love the ability to not tear down, but to build up. And so that's what I am definitely encouraged by. Yeah.
Well, Zamira said, yes, I met her there too. Zamira Scott, who is my brand manager right now. And then Nada Max said, hey. And then Zamira said, and your Devon sister, so you're super dope. And then she also said, long line of powerful women. So absolutely all cannot be beat. So when you think about powerful women, living or dead, is there anyone in particular that you would like to meet?
That I would like to meet?
Yes.
I have to say the first, I'll say it's probably a long list, but I'll say the first person that comes to mind would be Harriet Tubman.
Yes. Give them free. I could have freed more if they knew they were slaves.
And I'm saying, what in the world?
Hello, CEO. She said, I love it.
That time was such a detrimental time. It was like you could lose your life at any moment.
Yes.
And she was fearless. So I guess my questions would be, what was going through your mind? What were you thinking? I know we've seen the biopics and the interviews and, not interviews, but the stories.
Stories,
and, the betrayal. But if I was to be able to talk to her directly, I would be like, What was
sis.
in you?
Tell us,
That
sis.
made you
We
just
need to
go
know.
against,
Yes.
go against the grain when
Yeah.
some people were scared
Yeah.
to do which speaks
Yeah.
to us now. When so many people are so scared to break out the box, to do something different, to go
Yes.
against the grain, to really be fearless.
Yes.
You know, we take from Harriet and from people like that
Yes.
that definitely, you know, went outside of their own personal knowledge of what could happen to them, and
Yes.
were just like, listen, if I die doing it, I die doing it.
Absolutely.
But I'm gonna do it. And I'm sure it wasn't in her mind to be famous or to be.
No.
She just wanted to free her people.
She wanted to free her people.
And those are the most
Absolutely.
monumental
Thank you.
people that do it without motive.
Absolutely.
That do it without
Absolutely.
motive.
Thank you so much. Absolutely. And so when you think about, you know, those women and women in leadership like the Oprahs and the Harriets, what do you think are the key components to them being strong in leadership? What qualities do you think that they will require?
I think that they initially what makes them the number one level of influencer is when you're able to take your pain and make it your power, because that actually builds you as a woman, and it also makes you very relatable. You know,
Yes.
and to be for me to be super motivating and influencing, you have to be relatable. You have to be able, and you have to be transparent. You have to be transparent. Maybe not about every day of your life, every flow of your life, every situation, but transparent in your presentation, transparent in your spirit, transparent in what it is that you know, portray to people and are able to share with people, because people like realness. People like to feel that you've been through something, you know, and how, because people don't really care, you know, that you came out of something. They want to know, how did you come out of something?
Yes.
Can you go back and grab what it is that you've been through and be able to express and explain details of your occurrence and your
Yes.
experiences, and allow that to help people? So for me, that's what I feel is the greatest portion. I feel like, you know, being honest with yourself. I feel like being spiritual. I
Yes.
feel like being spiritual, because many of us are not necessarily God-led, and some people believe in God, some people don't. You know, I'm not here to go into that.
Yes.
I know for me, God speaking to me and directly to me in my personal relationship with God myself,
Yes.
not through any third party or anybody like that, is
Yes.
what really keeps me where I need to be every day. Hearing that leadership through God is what helps. So I think allowing your pain and recycling your pain to be your power, and
Yes.
you know, being God-led and being spiritual,
Yeah.
and hearing above the crowd. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Hearing above the crowd, even when God says something crazy, you're literally in a position where if He says something crazy and the rest of the crowd is over here, you're still like, if God, if you said it, we go.
We going.
Period. We go.
Yes.
You know, so those are two things. I could go on and on, but those
Absolutely.
are two main things for me that would inspire me for an influencer or a motivator, someone of a certain caliber.
Yes.
When I can gather those things and I can feel your experiences, when you speak, it brings tears to my eyes. When you talk, I can hear God. For me, that's what does it for me.
Absolutely.
So,
Speaking of turning pain into power, speak to me about being a survivor. Talk to us about that journey, and you know what that was like and what it has allowed you to do now.
Well, the last 2 years have been monumental.
Yeah.
You know, my journey with breast cancer started October of 2019, and it's been quite a journey. Without being too long-winded, it's definitely it's life-changing. Your life is never the same after you experience breast cancer, after you have breast cancer surgery, after you have whatever treatment comes after that, because you know, you're diagnosed and you have your surgery normally.
Yes.
You know, because there's a lot of variations,
Absolutely.
there's a lot of stages, there's a lot of stuff that goes on, but ultimately you are diagnosed, you have your surgery, then you decide on whatever treatment you want to have. And so I went through radiation for about 6 to 8 weeks.
Yeah.
And it was right before the pandemic hit. But it was during the pandemic, we just didn't know the pandemic was here.
Yes.
So I was blessed to be able to have COVID before, and we didn't know it was COVID, but I wound up having COVID in January of that year. I started treatment the middle of January, not knowing that 90-day window of being immune, so to say, was I had to be in the hospital every day for 8 weeks. So so thank God he gave me, I know it probably sounds crazy to say, thank God he gave me COVID. It probably sounds crazy, but thank God he did, because had I gotten COVID through any other means while I was going, it could have been worse, because I was my immune system was definitely compromised during radiation.
Absolutely.
So anyway, I came out and I said, okay, God, I rang my bell St. Patrick's Day to 2020. So it was March 17th, I believe.
Okay.
After that, I just kind of hit the ground running. After my diagnosis, I said, God, listen, is this unto death? Or are you strengthening my testimony, my audience, those I'm supposed to influence and inspire? And he told me, I'm changing your whole story. That's what he said. He said, you've been talking about X, Y, and Z for 10 years. He said, I'm giving you a whole nother chapter, not even chapter, a whole nother book, okay, to your life. And so I said, okay, God, let's get in the ring and fight. So we did. Right after that, or doing that, should I say, I was going to radiation with books in my hand this thick, planning Consignify, which is my baby.
Yes.
I was planning the whole time during radiation. I didn't let anything stop me from the gates God had given me to release those businesses during the pandemic. So I'm just grateful for the strength. I'm grateful to be here. It gives you a whole nother lease on life. Like, you appreciate life.
Yes.
When you know and you watch people suffer and die from cancer, and you're still here thriving and striving and surviving, you live life very different. You don't
very
let certain
differently.
things bother you. Life is short, and that's what I said. Listen, I'm just glad to have made it to 2021 and still here. Okay, because a lot of people are not here.
Absolutely.
They're not here.
They're not.
I'm so grateful for the opportunity to still be here and be doing God's will for my life. And
absolutely.
That's all I got.
Ooh, that's all. That's a lot, girl.
That's a lot.
You know, sometimes when people are confronted with their own morbidity, they can't see past it. You know, they can't get past it. They can't, let alone to come out of it and start helping other people. Like, what is that? That is not, let me just tell you, sis, that's not normal. That's not regular. That's not regular. That's not what regular people do. And that just tells us how much God has put on you to do. What they say, to whom much is given, much is expected, or however it goes. We know.
Yeah.
And so and my next question is, when you think about this generation of women that are following you, what do you think some of the biggest challenges will be for them?
Relationships are a big part of your transitions.
Yes, absolutely.
Before I get to relationships, though, let me go back and jump into
yes, Bridget.
Self-awareness.
Yes.
Self-esteem.
Yes.
Self-actualization.
Absolutely.
You know, self-preservation.
Yes.
It starts with you. We all know it starts with God, but next you.
Yes.
Because you're no good to anybody if you yourself are not whole. If you're not aware of who you are, if you're not aware of where you're going, if you're not aware of where you've been, you know, it starts with you. And I think the biggest issue that we as women, even men, have is most of us don't go inside of ourselves, take ourselves back to childhood, teenage, 20s, 30s, or wherever you may stop, and really garner the wisdom of what we actually went through. Understand that it was for our making and for our good, and then understand why. Ask God to show you and really really look into yourself and really understand what you've been through. And I think that's the biggest thing, is that we don't sit. The pandemic made a lot of people sit with themselves and see themselves. And a lot of people can't stay in a room with themselves for more than 10 minutes.
Yes.
You got to be okay with being with you. You got to be okay with talking and really enjoying you and understanding you, because I can't tell you about me if I don't know about me.
Absolutely. You absolutely are the first evidence on how people are to love on you, because you have to love you first, and so you are that evidence.
This is what
Says Maya Thomas said yes. She said bullseye. Absolutely. And Bridget helped me out. She said to whom much is given, much is required, and that is so true. And I know that to be true about you. From day one, like we sat down for lunch even before you got sick, and to see you now, it's like you didn't even miss a beat.
I started to call the truth is because I know your story.
Yes.
And what I know you might not get into it, but I know your story and your connection with cancer and your own family.
Yes, absolutely.
And how you helped that. I immediately thought about you, but I was led. I thought about you, but I wasn't led to reach out for any reason. I said I had to let her know later because I thought about it. I said, now God, if you told me to call her for this reason, I'm gonna call it. But I said to just keep it private. I let everybody know. I announced it last year. I kept it a year.
Yes.
And then I went public about it during the introduction of Shiro.
And sometimes that's best.
I did think about you. But I did think about you. I remember the story. I remember what you said. I remember your holistic approach. So I did not forget about you. You know what I mean? I definitely
That's so
and
good.
I also told people about you as well.
That's so good.
So so
you know
it's about firsthand.
Yes, it's more than one way to skin a cat. And what I always say to people is you have to. Yes. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, perfect. The car's ready.
Okay, girl.
The car's ready. He said, but I can take my time. But you have to do what your intuition tells you. You know, I tell people all the time that you have to, when somebody tells you something, and if you get a gut reaction, and the gut reaction tells you no, or the gut reaction tells you yes, you have to go with that, because everything is not for everybody. That's even from taking medication to anything. If your doctor gives you something and something in your spirit say no, then the answer is no. But if your spirit is calm with it and is good with it, then that's right for you. So we have to learn to listen to ourselves. So the fact that radiation and whatever modality that you chose worked for you was right, because you listened to your intuition. Your intuition knows your body you need. Your body knows what you need. It's when the people who don't even think about it, they just allow people to just do whatever to them. They don't do any due diligence. They don't do anything. They just go full steam ahead.
And here's the other part, but the system is also set up to scare you.
Absolutely.
Because there were many moments where I knew that if I had to have the intuition that you have to still do what's right for you. But there were several doctors that were trying to convince me I needed to do everything, all of this, all of that, because if I didn't, I was going to die. And I said, hold on. And they didn't verbally say it like that.
Yeah.
But I had to go within my system and say, listen, don't bring me her no more. I went back to my surgeon, like, I don't know who this is, but I'm not having another session with her.
We fired so many doctors during that process. When my ex-husband got sick, the very first day when we went in after the diagnosis, they sent like 8 people in the room, back to back to back to back to back. And by the time those people got done, it's like, you better do everything we told you to do, else you're going to be dead. Period. By the time we got to doctor number 6, when I say we were both on the floor, bawling our eyes out because we were petrified. That's what they do.
It's set up, and that's why I said you have to be spiritual, because that type of news. Because once you get diagnosed, you're in a specialist office. You're seeing a specialist for everything back to back several times a day. Everything is happening so fast you can't catch your breath.
Nope.
You have to be in a position mentally and physically before that
yes.
to be able to know, listen, I can survive this. And because I didn't tell anybody,
yes.
I know some survivors, but because I wasn't, since God told me not to say anything, I was like, okay, well, I'm not going to reach out. I need to get myself, and keep my support system. I need my support system, the closest people to me.
Yes.
And that's all I can deal with right now, because I can't go call them.
And you can't even, because you can't, because what ends up happening is you get that all energy. That all energy is this energy. Oh.
Yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah.
Oh my God. Right. And then they start thinking all these negative things, and then they send all that negative stuff to you. And that's not healing. That's not healing at all. So we don't want the all energy. We don't want the sad energy. We don't want any of that. So you did exactly the right thing by not sharing. So I applaud you for that. Thank you for sharing with us. I'm certain that information is going to impact somebody's life who is dealing with that. Oh, absolutely. We're not special people. One of my mentors said to me one time, she said, Darlaina, do you think you're special? Because you're not. That's what she said. You're not. She said, you're not the only person who's had this experience. The only difference between you and the next person is that you are transparent with yours. You are open to share so that people can at least see an example of how something was handled. So we are the evidence that you can be okay outside of it. On the other side of it, you show somebody in the middle of that journey that yes, you can survive, and yes, you can do other things, and yes, you can be amazing. Because you are amazing.
Yes, you can. You most definitely can be amazing.
You most definitely.
I'm proof of that.
You listen a million times over. The last question
my sister's on.
Hey sis, how are you? My last question is going to be: are there any assumptions about women that you'd like to change?
Yes. As a matter of fact. One that I have faced several times, and that is that strong women can't get a man.
Yeah.
Are unsubmissive.
Yes.
Or not submissive. Stuff like that.
Yes.
I really am a rally for the strong alpha women.
Yes. Yes.
I'm that.
Yes.
And we can get a bad rap at times.
Yes,
you know
we
what
can.
I mean? And the one thing I would love to just admonish people to do is, when you haven't been around that, it is difficult to swallow, because not only am I a strong woman, not only am I an alpha, but I'm a Taurus. Yes. And I'm just in your face.
Yes.
Bold. It don't matter.
Yes.
That's me. Yes. It's not a bad thing. It's not something to be scared of. It's something to embrace. God has made us all different.
Yes.
And so the one thing I would want to just first say is, whoever you are, be comfortable and walk in that.
Yes.
Never try to be anybody else. I am who I am, and I can't be nothing else.
Yes.
And I think that the one thing I would say is that, when you're strong though, everybody doesn't ask you if you're okay. Nobody asks you,
nope.
Do you have it? Do you have this and that? So a lot of times you can come across so independent that nobody ever can feel the need. You have a need.
Yes.
Yes. And so I would just like to change the misnomer of several things when it comes to strong women, which I've already named, and I won't repeat them.
Yes.
But that, there are men that can deal with strong women.
Yes.
And the misnomer that there are women that are too strong to have a you too strong to have a man. You need to be no, I don't need to be anything but who I am.
Absolutely.
And for whoever that man is, you make adjustments, or not adjustments, but you compromise.
Yes.
You compromise in certain entities. So I like to take up for the strong women. I make no excuses, and I tell you not to either.
Yes.
There are times where if you've had to be the leader of everything for 40 and 30 years, sometimes you do have to kind of regroup and regress. Yes. and really get a different mindset, because you have to let a man be the man. You have to, and you not be less of a woman to be to have a man. But at the end of the day, there are some adjustments you have to make.
Absolutely.
But if you've had to be a single mom, you've been number one for you and your children, or you and your child. If you've had to be the leader in a marriage, or if you've been the alpha in the marriage, or whatever. You've been a leader. If you've been a leader in church, if you've been a leader in a religious organization, you automatically come to the table
with everything.
In your, not aggressive as a person, but aggressive in your decision making, aggressive in your, your presentation. You're just out in front, because that's what you've been all your life. So there are adjustments, but I do want to say that strong women do have a soft button. Strong women do want their door open. Strong women do want to be taken care of and dinner paid for. You know what I mean? And stuff like that. So, I just want strong women to not make any excuses. But sometimes when the right person comes, we do have to make that compromise and say, you know what? I've had to do this for so long. Let me step back and breathe. And let somebody else take care of me.
Yes.
Take care of me.
Yes, so please take care of me.
That's what I would like to say.
Yes. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Oh my goodness. There's so many gems in there. I hope y'all pick those gems up, because I surely have. So Tamara, tell people like the thing that you would like support on right now, what it is that you're doing right now, so that we can support you. Absolutely. Follow. Buy clothes. I definitely am going to buy clothes. They look so beautiful. And if anybody knows you like I do, you ain't gonna find no junk in there. You're not gonna find no junk. You're not gonna find nothing that's low quality. Not at all. So I'm telling you right now, y'all better get there before I do, because I'm gonna make my way. Trust and believe that.
Please do. I am. You can find everything I have going on, with the exception of Hero, but everything's on Instagram. I have several pages. If you go to my page, Tamara R. Hudson, you'll see all of the things I'm connected to. You'll see the page in the bio. You can follow that. You can see that's all of my pages include motivation, they include quotes, they include products and different things like that. And then you can follow Shiro Series, which is also in my personal bio. And so everything you need, you find that one hub. I can lead you everywhere else from there. And then you go to my website to see the rest of the Signified and see all the other things, my bio and other things I have. I'm actually working on a revamping or relaunching of my website. So I have to get into a photo shoot, which I have so much going on.
We love a good photo shoot.
We do. But when you're doing content almost every day, you don't love it as much.
True that part. But that's when it comes to building a dope team. And I see you got a team, because your team, your sister, your assistant, they on here. They putting all of the tags up. They doing that. So can one of these amazing team members, can you send those tags to me? You can send them to me via Instagram.
Shanika, go ahead and send that.
Yeah, send it to me, and then because this video will be housed on IGTV, and I will put all of that in the description, so that people will be able to just click the description and get straight to you. So I thank you, my sister, for being here. Thank you for saying yes. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for being strong. Thank you for being a believer. Thank you for all of that, because you are the evidence of what it looks like on the other side. So thank you for showing us the other side.
Don't take me in, girl. Don't take me in. You know how we can do.
I know, but thank you. I feel
Thank
it.
You so much for the invitation. You are incredible. Your story is absolutely amazing. I know you've been allowing other people to tell their story. But I know you do not cease to share yours, because your life is incredible just as well. Thank you, my sister, for sharing your platform with me, with little old me. I appreciate it so much, and I look forward to seeing you guys really, really soon. I love you so much, girl. And go tip that lemonade, okay?
Listen, I gotta hurry up and sip the rest of it before I go. So thank you again.
Okay.
Thank you, everybody. We will be back here tomorrow, same time, 7 p.m. to 7:30 Eastern, with Planting Seeds with Darlaina Rose. 100 women, 100 days, 100 episodes. Thank you, T. Have an amazing rest of your night, and we'll talk real soon. Bye for
Same to
now.
you. Absolutely. Love you much. Goodbye, everybody.